feel like we're like a TV show.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Couples.
We've got everyone here. We've got some iced tea on there.
Might get my iced tea.
Are you liking
this
that
breath
tea?
smells like he ate a little poo-poo.
It's 'cause you probably did. The little chest piece dog.
Poor chap.
So today we are doing a couples Q&A. We basically tweeted out on Twitter to ask you guys any questions you had for us. In Fleur's words, we said, ask us anything.
Anything. Coupley related.
Coupley related, yeah.
You said anything,
Should we have looked at the questions ahead of time?
Probably.
No, it's cool. I think it's better. It adds to the element of
In
surprise.
trouble or something.
Basically, yeah.
Super surprising. Okay, so I've got the computer in front of me with a ton of questions. So I guess I'm just going to start going down the list. So the first question is, what are your secrets for staying sane with each other? Who wants to jump first?
You have to just be a bit understanding, like that
Learn
everybody.
to compromise.
Yeah, learn to compromise. I think.
Or in our case, learn to compromise.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much probably what Dan would say.
I think
Guys, learn to compromise.
I think it's
With
getting out of the house and doing something out of the ordinary. Kind of gets your mind off the regular stuff that you might bicker over or whatever. I don't know.
That's true, but you have an eye booger on your cheek, so now I got it off for you.
I think that came from Bowser's nose. It's probably a little chunk of poop.
You're probably right. Yeah, I think that that's true. Staying sane is, I think that's true. Probably like laughing a lot is probably good too.
Definitely.
Seeing the funny side of things.
Yeah, because if you can do that, a lot of stuff is really funny.
Definitely.
What was the moment where you knew, no doubt, that you were in love? Ha ha ha. That's what it says. Who wants to jump?
Am I meant to have had that moment already?
Oh, it's so funny. Really.
I don't actually remember like having a moment of being like, I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just like
Just
happened.
Yeah.
Like gradually.
Time went past.
Yeah.
Days and years merged into one. I became old.
I did know the moment where I was like, wow, like you are really awesome. But it was really early on.
Yeah.
It was when I was. Oh,
That's,
they're not falling in love.
yeah, they're not in love.
Anytime soon.
I was working in London right before I went to uni, and it was just as I met you, and it was Friday night, and I was like, oh, you know, I've got to come home in rush hour on the train, blah, blah, blah. Mike was like, I'll come and pick you up, and drove like an hour to come and pick me up from London, and like within the first week of us going out, he's like came to pick me all the way from London. And I was like, wow, he is keen.
You really like
He's a keeper. Yeah.
That was,
Busted.
what was, okay, do you want to answer? I don't know, I'm trying to think.
The question was when?
Yeah, how, like when did you know for like, sure, you were in love?
Like 3 months after we started dating, probably.
Yeah, that was, huh? Because I remember that was the day that you were like, because I dated a guy and he was really a not nice guy. And so after this guy, I was like really tainted. Yeah, welcome to my household. If you hear like dying rat noise, that's
It's
Zoe.
like,
Yeah, she literally starts screaming. So, yeah, so I dated this guy, and he made me not like guys. And so,
This is
Zoe!
like listening to an episode of Phantom Menace.
No, I know.
She's not being tortured. She's actually the aggressor.
Yeah, she is actually the aggressor in this situation.
You are so cute.
It's definitely little dog syndrome.
Yeah, it is. I told you.
Okay,
So, okay, so we were hanging out one night, and I remember I always used to say to him, I'd be like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Like, you know, I'm just cool with whatever. And he looked at me one night, and he was like, dude, I don't like it when you say whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm in it because I plan on marrying you. And I remember I looked at him, and I was like, I have to pee. And I got up and left, and I went to the bathroom. But I will say, that being said, the very first time I met Dan, when I was like 18, he doesn't remember meeting me, but the first time I saw him, I do remember I walked in the room, and it was like a Mack truck hit me. So I didn't think in my head, like, I like that guy, I want to marry him, no thoughts, but I remember it was the weirdest feeling ever the first time I saw him. And it's so cool because I remember the feeling so vividly, that'll be with me, like, till the day I die, but I didn't have any thoughts with it. It was just the weirdest feeling the first time I saw you. It trips me out. Is that weird?
meant to be.
You do that to people.
I just
Okay.
don't remember.
I know. I don't.
You didn't even give an answer.
Wow.
You can give an answer if you want. We just stick with like years and months
Yeah.
converge into love.
Yeah.
I don't have a. Oh.
Wipe
I'm
out.
sorry, guys. It's okay. I don't have this particular moment. I just remember that. Okay. Do you have any embarrassing nicknames for each other?
Mike and I call each other fish.
You do?
Which is weird. But
It's
it's
so
basically,
weird.
I think, if I'm right, it goes around,
It came from monkey fish.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. We were like
know why.
monkey,
I think because
fish, and then it's just stuck.
Because we our first pets we bought were a couple of goldfish.
No, it was before that.
But
It was
before.
because we called each other fish, we bought fish.
Yeah, good point. I don't know why or where.
I don't know
it's
why.
just a weird.
And it stayed.
It's funny because I think that like every single couple has that, but then when you say it out loud, you're like, oh, that's really awkward to the
Yeah.
outside world. Because I know what ours. I mean, it's really weird.
I call her Gicky and she calls me
Ganny, and that sounds so weird. It's like, well, that's super embarrassing. But I think every single couple has that. But in the beginning, did you ever have doubts about your relationship?
Not openly. Well, like, not like... You always think, like, oh, what if this happens? But, like, not anything solid, no.
Yeah.
Like, never.
What about... Yeah, man, am I the only one? I literally was freaking out. I was like, I'm too young!
Well, you freak out about everything.
Yeah, that's the thing that we've now realized in my personality is I freak out about everything.
If she wants to go buy a pair of Converse, she's like, oh,
yeah, everything.
wait, what if I get them stained? I don't want to buy them. I just get them.
That's literally how I am.
They're $20.
I freak out about everything. Everything. So yes, I had like doubts all the time. I was like, oh, am I sure? I'm so young, I don't know. Because I freak out about everything. That probably sounds bad since it was our marriage, but that's just how I am. It's kind of bad. I am that way.
I actually just remembered, like, it wasn't so much, like, about our relationship, but it was about getting together. I was, like, really unsure because I was about to start university, and I was like, oh, like, I don't know, I don't want to get into a relationship right now. But then once we decided to do it, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, no doubts after that, but...
Just the pre-relationship stuff. Wait,
you weren't worried though, because you weren't at uni, so you were like, yeah, well, I want to go out with you, so make your mind
That's
up.
like, get on with it.
Like,
Make a
This is
decision.
good though, because we have boys that are stable and knew what they wanted. That's good. If you find a boy that knows what he wants, that's a good sign.
it doesn't matter if you're a crazy,
Yeah,
indecisive
exactly.
person.
Wait, Fleur, could you hand me my tea, please? I'm
Oh.
jealous. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I'm just
Iced
sipping on
tea.
my iced tea.
I know, I'm watching, very jealous. This is white green tea from Trader Joe's with a hint of mint
But
in
it
it.
looks yellow.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's really
looks like
pea.
pea.
Have you ever been in love before, or is this your first real relationship?
It's definitely was my first
I've
real
been in love
relationship.
before.
You have? Was it?
Only once before,
Hmm?
but it wasn't the same as you.
Of course
Should-
not. You weren't marrying him.
Should hope not, love.
It was like it was more like a first love kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose everyone has like their first crush.
Yeah.
But me, put like I
Yeah.
kind of like obviously I had crushes, but never like actual
Love.
love or such. Yeah.
Yeah, I went out with a guy for like 18, just
No.
over 18 months
Uh-huh.
when I was like 15 to 17. So, and yeah, I loved him, but not that for that.
No.
This is a really awkward question.
Sorry, we don't have to. I just saw it. I mean, I've had like likes before, like boys that I liked. I don't know. I still think, like you said, how you were like, well, not like you, Mike. It's like there's a big difference between
Yeah.
really liking someone and like thinking they're really cute and really enjoying your time with them versus like love, which I think love is also an action too. Like love is consistently, you know, being there for the person, and I
Yeah.
just think love is so
Yeah,
much
it's
more than
not
just a
just a
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think. Wait. Okay. What did you?
Oh, God.
This is good moment. Okay.
All night.
Okay.
All night.
The best. Is this a weird
Hey.
question? I think this is an interesting question. I'm just not sure how to answer it. The best/worst things about being a young married couple / about to be married. I'm not even quite sure how to answer that, but
Well, I don't know what you would say to be the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no
the-
bad thing about it.
The worst, I think, is that some of your friends are like
that's
assume that you're like really
Yeah.
old and boring.
yeah.
That's kind of annoying. The dog has some strong opinions on this.
I'm straight up burping.
Bowser, like-
Stone fire. That's so gross. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's a good point. That is probably like, I guess if you had to make a worst thing, that probably is it.
Yeah,
People
and
being like,
the best thing I think is doing it first out of most of your friends. Like, it's exciting, and all of your friends are like, oh my god, so like, how are you doing this? What are you doing? Whereas
Yeah.
it gets to the point, I think, when like, if you're like the last one, everyone's like over weddings and onto children, and
Yeah.
like, oh, like weddings, kids are like way, like in the future, they're like the next step. Or
Yeah.
They're kind of like, oh, well, you know, it's
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think also too, like, I know for me, for my personality type, I remember thinking, like, I'm not gonna be married till I'm like 30. I love this. But I was like, I'm not gonna be married till I'm like 30. But it turned out, for my personality type, it ended up being like the best thing for me because I like have a companion to walk through me, like, or not through me, with me through all those things that I mean, I freak out about everything. It's like been really nice having someone as I'm growing up to grow up with. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
We got married really young. We were 20 and 21. So we've like been growing up together, and I'm always so scared and lost. So it's like I have a friend to like hold my hand. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Do you have advice for those who have given up on finding love and how to be confident when you're insecure?
I think, like, from my experience anyway, as soon as you stop looking for love, you find it. Like, if you're desperately searching for love, I feel like you either find the wrong type of love, or like you just like the wrong person, or you just don't find it. Yeah, you're just like when you're desperate to find love, I feel like it's never gonna happen for the right reason, and also like you'll probably just settle with the first person that you come across. So I think as soon as you stop looking, and then when you come across the person that is right for you, like when I met you, it was literally like slam, like done.
Yeah.
You know, and it was serious within like a week.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Yeah, I think it's
and neither of us were like
It's the key
looking
is
for love.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the key. I think if you're desperately looking, that's the most confidence killer because
Yeah.
it's that desperation. Whereas the confidence is the fact that you're just enjoying time with friends, family. That's what I think. These guys.
That's confidence that they found love. Dude, everything
Like
you
the
guys
gremlin
just
noise
said.
is like.
Yeah.
Zoe, one of you, come here.
Everything you guys just said is like
I will hold
hit
you.
the nail on the head. And I think that what Mike was saying is totally true. Like the confidence thing, it's like enjoying your life, being with family, being with friends. Like that has, I don't know, it sets you up in the right place to
Yeah.
find love without like looking for love. You're gonna find someone that fits into your life perfect.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
happens.
This is a good old awkward one. Maybe it's only awkward for us because this is the top question that we get asked all the time by everyone. Are you planning on having babies? And if so, when? So, should we start? Since we get asked this all the time.
You're a bit further ahead than us, seeing as you are already married and have been married for like 5 years.
Crazy. So
We're
do you
asked that question a lot by everybody, but
They've got
We've
two
also-
babies, can't you hear them?
Duh.
well, the answer we've always given was we don't know, not anytime soon, but lately we've been talking, and it might be sooner than later.
All of our friends have,
What?
no, not soon,
Oh
don't get
my
your hopes up. No, all of our friends have babies, so it's really hard because you go around them, and you're like, dude, your kid is so cute.
Yeah.
So all we see is cute babies all the time. So I think it's gonna be sooner than we thought, but we still think it's probably gonna be like a year or two.
Yeah. For us, I think it's like at least 5 years.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. Mhm. And it might be longer for us too. I mean, things could change, but
I'm definitely not ready yet. And like even from the point of like before my sister had her son, I was like, oh, I'd like a baby, and then she had him, and I realized how much hard work children are, and I'm like, I'm not ready for a child yet. Like
yeah, it's
I'm
a
too
lot.
selfish at the moment to like, because you have to like be ready and.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's good too. I mean, everyone has their own thing, but I do think that it's fun to be married without kids for a while. It's like fun to just live your life and do your thing. And I don't know, we're playing it by ear, but it might be sooner than
Because
later.
once you have kids, you better make sure that your bond is stronger than the bond that you have with your kids. Because that's how they got there in the first place.
Well, that's how they got there in the first. You made babies together. Okay. What? I know what they're trying to say, but this is worded funny. What does your other half do to annoy you? Guys.
I can answer that so quickly.
Go ahead, Mike.
It's basically if ever
I know
Fleur
exactly
is on the
what you're gonna
phone
say.
or is on the computer,
Uh-huh.
I then have to go Fleur,
What?
and then she's like, what?
I like
You
to
trying to get
reenact
hold of me?
it. I like to reenact reenactment that we just did.
Yeah, I mean, it's normally done a lot more violently screaming than that point.
With
By the
like
last one, it's like,
I'm literally like, I zone out. I'm just like.
She can't multitask.
You really can't?
No.
I can in certain things. I can't like when there's like a phone or something that I'm like.
Trying
You
to
can't.
take
She
care of.
concentrates too much. You can't
It's probably why, I don't know, you're probably a very effective person. I try to do too much at once. Okay, I'm still burping salmon. Okay.
You hate it when I talk about gross things?
Yeah.
Like, if I seen, like, I don't know.
You're supposed to be saying what you don't like about me.
Oh, I was going to say how I push your buttons.
Yeah, you push my buttons. He acts like sometimes like my little brother. Sometimes he'll cross that line of like, dude, you're my husband, you're not my little brother. Okay, what do I do to my you? Oh, God. I'm crazy.
You
What?
laugh.
What do you say? What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah, you laugh like embarrassingly loud. And
Do
like
you?
Mike's in the cinema, you're like, you're like, oh my god, it's so
I
embarrassing.
don't want
Do
embarrassing
you
dude that
laugh
howls.
louder than me when I laugh really loud?
I haven't heard you laugh in a cinema though.
Oh, that's true.
But
Would you
basically, it's normally at things that no one else finds funny.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it would just be
It's
like.
like in Resident Evil or something, there's some brutal scene that goes on and they're howling.
That's
Or
like
Piranha
Dan.
3D. Piranha
Oh,
3D.
no.
I just spent the entire time laughing.
Yeah,
I didn't
then
realize it
I
was a
laughed
comedy.
at that too.
Yeah.
It's just a comedy film.
This is a problem, so good thing you
I've
don't
been
live out
in
here.
movies before where there was a joke, everybody laughed, stopped, and then she got it, and then she's like, and then everybody started laughing again at her. It was so good.
Your
That's
laugh
so
is
It's
something else.
So it morphs all the time, guys. I can't help it. It's a cackle. Wait, so what is it? What is it about me? What do I do?
Everything. I don't know.
So not.
Oh, like, I don't know, sometimes you like texting and like being on Facebook and stuff while we watch
Watching
movies.
TV shows.
I'm like, oh, did you see that? And you're like, huh?
Yeah, I do that
Dude,
a lot.
we're supposed to be watching this together and you're on Twitter. I'm like, dang.
Sorry, guys. No, it's Instagram. I'm Instagram obsessed. Is it a big... This is for you guys, I guess, but I could answer in past tense. Gentle, is it a big stress planning your wedding?
Like, it's a lot more stressful than I thought it was going to be.
Uh-huh.
Like, you think it's going to be like, oh yeah, just do this and that, but it's been amazing having my sister because she's helped to do like everything because she kind of knows
Yeah.
how it all goes. But I'm more excited about like the dress, the day, and like everyone having an awesome time. Like the planning just seems like I just worry about stuff.
The only stressful thing I find is more the fact of trying to do everything that's going to keep everyone happy. Not the fact of like,
Yeah.
it's not the fact of the day or what's going to happen or any of that. That'll just sort itself out.
Yeah.
But it's the will everyone be happy when they come? Will everyone enjoy themselves? That's
I
the
won't.
stress.
I'm going to whine the whole time. So that'll be awkward.
This is the worst
This is
wedding
the worst
I've
wedding
ever
been
been
to.
to.
I'm cold.
I think for us in the past tense, I hated planning my wedding. I hated it. The day of was the best day of my life, but the planning and the stuff leading up to it, horrible. Like I mentioned, I'm a stressor, so the whole time I was like freaking out. I was freaking out about what everyone else said because everyone had an opinion. I didn't wear a white dress. I wore like a cream dress. We did evites instead of invites. People were all mad about that. And then on top of that, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting married. I'm 20. Is this the right move? And then, like I said, it was weird. I woke up the day of, like, so calm, but the process was like hell. It was
I didn't
horrible.
have to do anything.
You literally
You
just
got it
showed up.
But what I did have to do was work my tail off in order to pay for it all.
Yeah,
So
he worked a lot.
I didn't, but I was just glad I didn't have to worry about planning any of it.
You would have rather just done a lot of physical labor and work it off.
Scruffy.
So that's the end of our seriously noisy vlog. I hope you enjoyed
About
it.
love.
Yeah, with puppy love.
Poopies.
Oh, that was in the mouth.
Poopy puppies.
She'll sneak that tongue in there. You better be
Yeah.
She will. She's really good at sneaking tongues in, and when she sticks it up your nose, it goes really far.
Feels like she hits your brain.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really gross.
So be sure to go over and check out Fleur's main channel and her vlog channel as well, because we filmed videos for both. So you'll have to go check them out, as well as on my main channel we filmed a video together.
Yeah,
So
on all the channels.
all the
In
channels,
general.
guys. So yeah, it was so fun filming this with you guys. I guess that's it, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say bye.
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 Bye. That was a really dramatic bye. You can hit stop now.
It was the clap. The
Bye.